famously, as you know, that they're all named after queens. Queen Elizabeth, Queen Victoria, the new Queen Anne, and of course the iconic ocean liner, the only ocean liner left in the world, Queen Mary 2. Now, I'm not an expert on ships, should we say, but from my understanding, an ocean liner is purpose built to cross the Atlantic or the transatlantic voyage, because one of the most famous voyages in the world, especially QM2 or Queen Mary 2's famous voyage, is the transatlantic. So that's 7 nights from Southampton all the way into New York and vice versa, in which, from what I know, is one of the most famous and most well loved voyages ever, because not a lot of people like to fly, as we know. I prefer to cruise. Of course, I have no issue jumping on a plane, but it's so iconic because that was done in the yesteryear, should we say, in the years gone by, where you had all the celebrities, the socialites, the philanthropists, everything going on, that they would be on this because it was the best way to travel and the most luxurious way to travel. And not just that,
Right.
but you could take your dogs on board. I think that was the selling
That's right.
point. So only on QM2, as far as I know, they have a dedicated kennels in which I believe is booked out 2.5 years in advance. Because you can also imagine there's quite a few people who have family in different ends of the earth, should we say, or different ends of the Atlantic, and they take their animals because they go for 6, 9, 12 months of the year, and for even longer. And of course, I think people would much rather be with their pets when traveling. Of course, on a plane,
Mhm.
it's a bit different unless you go private, but you're not with your pets, you're putting through so much stress. On board, I've seen it for myself, they are treated better than humans, should we say. They've got everything they could ask for, and rightly so, the amount it costs, because I know it's a lot of money. I don't know the exact cost. However, it's that tradition where the bellboys will take them around the deck. It'll be sectioned off. You have certain hours throughout the day where you can go see them. They've got their own kennels, and they're very well looked after. And yeah, I think it's just a tradition that Cunard started, and it's still here today. So yeah, and as I said, that's on QM2. It's even got the American fire hydrant and the British telephone box and
Mhm.
everything like that for them to feel at home when they need to enjoy or relieve themselves, should we say. But it's the QM2, the only ocean liner in the world and the most famous, from what I know. So yeah, that's what I believe, and that's why I strongly love the fact that Cunard, throughout the years of how long they've been in service, it still remained at the top of that quintessential classic era of cruising. And even though a lot has changed within the industry, of course, it still has that label